Well, my name is Angela Nera. I'm with Alfield Construction here in Tampa. We build houses, mostly custom homes, spec homes. So we do it from beginning to end and then put it on the market for sale. This home in the Great Fishhawk in Lithia, we did it in Fishhawk Trails, which is a very good community with lots of good schools, parks, and perfect for a family. So that's why we decided to buy this lot. A big lot of almost half an acre. We decided to do a porte cochere to have a little bit of space for a rainy day like today. We also did a stucco on outside, which we did a little bit with some texture to make it a little bit different. So let's come on inside. Just because it has semi on the first floor, full of tie beams, second also semi floor, so everything is concrete. So if there's a hurricane, you know where to come because this house would be perfect for it. What we wanted to do in the house also was have high ceilings and that feeling of grand entrance, and we wanted to focus more on the kitchen. I know now what we use the most is, countertops as a backsplash, so we wanted to do something like that on this home. And with the color palette that we used was kind of gray, some woods. That's why the countertops that we decided to use on this home had a little bit of specks of, brown or gold. That's what we wanted to do. Thank God we went to KB Countertops and we were able to find a lot of different options for the idea that we have for the home. One of the trickiest parts about this kitchen is this downdraft hood, which is united with the range, but it was really tricky because all the equipment and everything has to go under the countertop. So we had to have a good logistics with electrician, with also the AC contractor, the countertops, and the cabinets. So there were 4 subcontractors that we had to bring together to just make this 2 little section work.
Wow, that must have taken a lot of time.
It did. We learned by mistakes, but unfortunately with this home, it went a lot smoother than the last part that we did on a downdraft. It's super interesting and super complex. A lot of people don't see the complexities that it comes, especially with custom homes and luxury items. As a contractor, you just come and just do it. Now you have to have a bunch of logistics to have everybody come together and to actually come in. You think it's smooth, but usually it's never smooth. But KV countertops were awesome. They even came twice on an installation just to make sure that the appliances were right and the dimensions went right whenever they did their layout and the cutoffs. So that was great. We had a smooth turnaround and that was really awesome.
So, Angela, how many homes do you build in a year?
A range of 3. In the past years, we've done like 2, but they've been like mid-size. But last year we did 3, and this year we're projecting to probably the 3 too. But we're in the development of doing a subdivision down in Tampa, and that takes a little bit of time. That one's gonna be like 32 homes. So while doing that, we're doing the other stuff. It's a long.
So let's say for a house like this, from the scratch, from acquiring the land to build it to what it is right now, how long do you think it might take?
It might take maybe a year and so. We have to do from beginning of doing surveys, and for a big house like this, it's very good to do a geotech a geotech report, so you can give it to the engineer and see what kind of like foundation needs to be on the home. So that takes a little bit more of logistics. And the designing, especially in a custom home like this, kind of have to do a little bit more of renderings to make sure the colors are right. Just for the amount of volume that you do on a home like this, a little mistake and changing it is gonna cost you a lot more. And I found that renderings are super convenient for cabinets, for countertops. Just having a visualization of what the end goal is, it's great. I mean, you can see it in plans, but it's totally different whenever you see it in.
So let's say, so you're like a project manager for the complete project.
Yeah, coming in. I'm a GC and the owner of Alfield Construction. I have a partner who's my developer, who's a developer group of Florida, and we both do the home together, and we have a team. We actually have a team of 2 architects that help us out. One of a great team member of our team is an architect, and he helps us out with the renderings and with the designing. We have a great team in Alfield, so we try to. The great thing about the team that we have in Alfield is that what I've noticed of a lot of architect companies are that they do a design and they might think it looks pretty. This is an example, but then on the execution you need that kind of experience on building and knowing what each sub needs to move forward. And so our team has a lot of experience on both sides, and the designing and also on the execution side, so that helps a lot.
So for a customer, it will be much easier to see what they are visualizing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And on the execution at the end, like if you want some, I mean, maybe an architect, or you come up with a picture on Pinterest that looks great of some lights on the slab, and they're gonna go into a light, into a wall that you want it to look, but it's not as easy as just bringing a light and putting it in the floor. You have to open slab. You have to find where to put the the connections. So you can come up with a great idea, but then taking it to execution, it's another story. So that's what Alfield has, some sort of balance between the two things.
So how much does a customer or let's say a homeowner has a creative flexibility when working with you?
Well, at the moment, we are not working directly with customers, but we do the home and we put it on the market once it's complete. We've done one home that we did it like 90% or 80%, but I've learned in time that people obviously like stuff, and then I stop and try to do change orders or try to accommodate, and we're just losing a lot of time.
Okay.
So maybe in the after, if people want to have something else done once we're done and once we sell the home, then we can bring in their, if they want to do something more. Like perhaps in this house, we didn't have the screen for the house, and the owner of the home wanted that retention wall that we have in the back and the screen, so we helped them out with that. But at the beginning, the home didn't have that. We left it open, so we can come in and do finish up stuff, the custom home that they want, like something custom that they do want.
Yeah.
But
So you also do hire interior designers, or it's done in-house?
it's done in-house at the moment.
Okay, cool, awesome. So you do at least 3 projects a year?
About.
Okay. So everything from the design part, everything is taken care by you?
Correct.
Nice, that's really cool.
So we already have an architect. We have 2 architects that we're working with. The finishes, the fixtures, all that stuff we do in-house. We try to not make it as custom. We try to make it, based on the trends, but not so customable that it's very specific.
Okay.
So.
And once, let's say, a house like this is complete and you put it out in the market for sale, how long does it take for the house to sell?
Well, it depends on the market, but on the past years, well, when it was 2020, somebody bought one of the homes that we were doing it while in construction. That was the 90 to 80% that I was telling you about. Then we did a home very similar to this. That one was in the market probably like 6 months, but that was last year. And we did another home in Palm River. That one was probably like 2 months or so. And this one, they bought it before we put it on the market.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how does somebody like me know that this house is on the market right now? How do we know it?
Well, and I usually on our website we put upcoming, open houses or anything. But on this particular home, the owner just saw it before, like saw that there was construction. He liked he wanted to live in Fishhawk, and so he decided to live here. And so he talked to us, and that's how a lot of things were custom made for him.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. So let's say I want to build a house. So I can have a look at the land and then come to you with the land, or will you?
Ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or will you also be able to help me in acquiring a land too?
Well, not at the moment. If you have, a realtor, you should have the land and everything. We haven't had experiences with direct customers, but if we do, we would usually do, a per square foot without counting the impact fees, because those are things that I can't really predict before having everything done, and they go up and down a lot in every county. But if you have the land, I think it would be a lot better.
Okay. So how far do you go out? Like what all the counties do you cover usually?
Well, the Hillsborough, we've done a house in Dade City that was Pasco, and then Pinellas, just the Tampa Bay area.
Okay. So you wouldn't go towards Lakeland?
Lakeland, yeah, Lakeland. It's accountable. Yeah, we are about to do something in Clearwater that we're on the talks. So yeah, we have a lot of projects. As long as it's in the Bay Area, I think we're okay.
As you are a builder, what kind of a growth are you seeing in this year? What's your projection?
This year is tricky. As you know, we're having a new president. So we've seen some tariffs, and it's a little bit, I don't even think nobody knows, Even when I talk to our suppliers, they don't even know, and they're raising prices. So it is super unpredictable. I do think that Florida is one of those that it's in a bubble and it's slowly going down. Houses are staying in the market a little bit longer than what we're used to. But I think on custom homes like this, people who have money and have the capability of buying a home like this, they're always gonna buy it, even if it's a little slow or a little bit, Yeah.
So what's an average price of a home like this going to be in the market, right?
Like about to 1.3 to 1.7 or so.
Okay. So this one got sold for around.
Yeah, around 1.7, because there was a lot of landscaping that was done. Like I tell you, the outdoor. Sorry, you're gonna edit it. But the outdoor area had a cage, and those are pricey. So there was a lot of add-ons.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this beautiful kitchen right now. So who came up with the idea of having the waterfall, a big island, and full high backsplash? What was the idea?
So that was our in-house team. We love the great part about our team is that we all love what we do. So even whenever we're in social media, whenever we are in our homes, we see stuff that is related to design, to construction. So we are very aware of what the trends are. So we've been seeing that a lot of people are putting backsplash all the way in countertops. So we wanted to make that an idea. So we love that idea of it, and make the countertops a big statement on the kitchen, having it very open. And a lot of people love to entertain now. Even in restaurants, they're doing chef where you see the chefs like cooking. So especially this area and this island is for an entertainer that loves to cook, because you can come in and talk to your guest and talk to whoever you're working with while cooking, and they can see that while you're cooking, and you can serve them while you're talking to them. So that was the idea. Perfect entertainers, like kitchen.
So, as a builder, how important do you think is a kitchen for the house to sell or to show off that, like a style statement? How important is it?
Kitchen, and it's kind of like the heart of the home. It's where everybody meets in the morning, where everybody goes, even if you're in a small apartment, everybody hangs out at the kitchen. Everybody loves to eat. So that's why kitchen is so important personally. And I think that's one of my favorite places in the house, and that's what sells, a good kitchen, a good master, and a good master bath, and a powder bath. That's usually what sells.
Sells the house, right?
Yeah, which is what women look for.
Of course.
So as a woman in the industry, I kind of, the guy only cares about the garage. Yeah. But
it's their kingdom.
Yeah.
Their kingdom. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a family now, especially now that families, the mom and the dad are both involved in the growing the family, and they're both cooking, they're both doing the same. It's not just one gender doing one thing. The kitchen is now not just a women's thing, it's actually an everybody thing.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important.
Yeah, but the decisions are always made by the lady.
Oh, exactly. That's how it goes usually.
Yeah, so Angela, what's your favorite meal to cook?
My favorite meal to cook. My husband would be funny, because usually in my house, my husband's the one who cooks.
Oh yeah?
But we're a great couple, because he likes to cook and I love to eat.
Okay.
So that's where it works out.
So he's the one who cooks.
He is the one that cooks, and he cooks great.
Yeah?
I make good breakfast.
What's your favorite cuisine?
He cooks Peruvian food.
Okay.
It's awesome. But I make good breakfast, so I kind of balance it up. But yeah, he cooks great lomo saltado, which is a great Peruvian dish.
Okay.
And he does his thing. He would love, when we were building the home, obviously he would come all the time and see it, to show him the process, and he liked how everything was.
What about the kids? What are their best meals?
They love pancakes,
yeah,
and they love breakfast, so that's the favorite time. Yeah, my little boy, who's 4, he goes to bed thinking about breakfast. So
you guys spend a lot of time around the kitchen.
Yes, that's why it's super important. I mean, this is, and we usually make a house, like if we were gonna live, and it's a person's biggest investment, in many people's biggest investments in their whole life. So you have to make it with love, and make it like you care, and not just make any house. So we try to do everything with love, and so it shows at the end of the day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about this backsplash. So how did you find the design part to be, and how convenient it is working with KB and using the latest technology and showing you all the renderings?
No, it was great, because we had a specific idea that we wanted to have a little specks of brown, because we were debating on having that floating shelf be brown to match with the beams that we have for the great room. So what I love about KB was that they showed me how every vein was gonna look, even on their template, and whenever they sent us everything, it looks very smooth, because sometimes you can see where the veins are not where they're supposed to be, and you can see all the cuts and everything, and that's something that we didn't want. One of the things that I really liked about KB was that they make sure that everything was right before installing it. So I prefer for you to come 2-3 times and make it right, and just do it right and then doing it again.
Yeah, true.
So I really like that part of it.
And how was the installing team when they were here? Were they on time?
They were.
and I saw them a couple times. Then again, because of this, which I really like that they were honest and they were like, I haven't seen this before. Let me go back with my supervisor and make sure that I'm doing it right. Which I really appreciated that, because in other jobs, the cabinets, the countertops will come and just do it, and then you can see the things were not done right. So I appreciated that a lot, the honesty. And
It definitely did take a while for us to do the complete job, right?
yeah, a little bit, but it's understandable because it's something new. It's something that is not done every day. So
So, how much part of the countertop did KB do for this house? Like,
100%.
okay, everything?
Yeah.
Like from the kitchen, and how many bathrooms?
It's let's see, it's 5 bathrooms and an outdoor kitchen.
And one outdoor kitchen. Cool. Do you want to show us?
Yeah, let me show you one powder bathroom. Let me show you. What you wanna see the outdoor, and if an outdoor kitchen looks good in a rainy day, it's okay. Right. So on this outdoor kitchen, we provided we had another idea, but the owner decided to put the stone and a TV, but we got the whole appliances for him and everything. So this is something that the owner decided to do whole completely. Yeah.
This looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really love how the retaining wall looks, and he wanted some curving on the landscaping, and it turned out pretty cool.
So building a house is one part, and doing the patio and the swimming pool is one more part, right?
Yeah, it's another completely different permit. So, and even within the pool and within everything, back you have to have another electrician and another plumber. So it's a whole different ballgame.
Wow. How long does it take to finish a pool like this?
That one took, like, I think with permits and everything, like 2 months. They were really good. Usually, I don't know why a lot of pool companies go bankrupt in the middle, but we had a bad experience on another home.
Okay.
But Dudley Pools, who were the ones who helped us on this pool, did it fast and on the timing, so on a good time. Yeah.
No, but 2 months to complete a pool is quite fast.
No, it is. Yeah. No, they did a great job. They did. I mean, they did. We pressured them, but they were really good. Yeah. I think it's like 65 days or something.
To complete the whole thing?
I think so. I think it was like 60 to 70 days, I think. So like a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, they were on it. Yeah, and then we did the stamped concrete on the floors. That's what the owner wanted. Yeah, it looks really clean and cozy. It's like another house out here.
It is actually.
Right?
The whole elevation part and everything looks really nice.
Yeah, but those are pretty pricey. Like,
Yeah,
you don't know how much like those screens are. But yeah, you have to have some engineering on it, and so it is kind of complex. But yeah, I mean, the height of it's awesome.
How strong would they stand for a storm?
We actually, the owner moved, and we had those big storms that we had 2 months ago.
Yeah.
He had to replace some stuff.
Okay. But still, it stood the time, right?
Yeah, it stood, but he had to replace some stuff to make it. I think he made a little bit of. We made another repair, but I think now we're good because they just made it whenever it happened. Yeah, but yeah.
And so, what other area can we see?
So a powder bathroom is what your guests are gonna see every time they come to your house. So that one's important too. So we decided to do a wallpaper. I love this tile that we used on this bathroom, and so yeah. So this is one that I like too.
Who comes up with these ideas of doing this wallpaper and?
The designing team.
Okay.
At Alfield. That's where we all came together and did a little bit of Pinterest. No, No, we come up with the design and they'll.
But Pinterest definitely is a very good.
Oh yeah, it's a good tool.
yeah.
It's a very good tool. And I know social media now. There's so many people putting ideas and realtors doing walk-ins on homes in different areas that you kind of come up with ideas that you see and you piece them together. The tricky part is that as a developer, usually the hardest part is you see good ideas everywhere, but if do they come together good? So that's, I think, the most challenging thing.
Yeah.
But if you have something cohesive, it'll work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throughout the years and through more experiences, you find who your good subcontractors are, the ones that you trust. And that is the hardest part, finding good subcontractors. And that make the whole process a little bit more smooth and more clean, and you trust them and you know that they're gonna come back, and if there's something that it's missing or something that it needs to be fixed, that they're gonna come back. I think that's priceless. Sometimes people go for the cheapest. No, you should go for the best, because at the end of the day, it's gonna cost you.
True, definitely.
I learned it the hard way. Really.
And what about the material which you picked for the kitchen? You like it? It's from Phoenix.
Yeah, definitely. You can see it. You can see the quality of it. You could see that it's good product. I mean, even I know that in this house, there's some small kids, and it still looks new. So if it's kid approved, it's good. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you also worked with your cabinets for the cabinets, right?
Correct.
So how was your experience with them?
Well, actually, the cabinet company is the one that recommended you guys.
Okay.
So it was a good marriage. That's good. I know countertops and cabinets are like.
Yep, they're wife and husband.
Yeah.
You can't separate them.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. So if the both of them have a good relationship, then we're good.
They can never be divorced.
Exactly. So no, yeah, that's also having a good cabinet company. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will tell you yes until it comes into installation, and then you see it and you're like, oh.
We actually started doing cabinets.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, for next project.
Yeah, definitely. We started doing cabinets, and also we started something called KB Reno, where we start doing electrical, flooring, plumbing works.
You're doing everything.
Yep.
Neat.
Almost.
Okay, nice. Nice.
All we need is just a GC license. That's it.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
We got everything else.
Get those textbooks.
It's hard. We rather work with some GC who's already experienced than start from scratch right now,
Oh, got it. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely someone like you would be a great help for us to, work on projects.
Sweet. Yes,
Together.
yes, definitely.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Thank you, Mr. Rush. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. So yeah, any last words?
No, thank you for all the work. Can't wait for everything that's gonna come. I know it's gonna be good, hopefully, with good companies survive everything. So I hope. So I look forward to working with KB again.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Of course.